Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of CJ's Quiz of Crafts. This is a video on the newly announced 2026 circulating coinage designs that were unveiled by the US Mint today. The US Mint had some opportunities with their live stream, but they did post a video that went through some of the designs for three coinage acts that had gone through that will affect the dime, the quarters, and the half dollar for 2026. So let's get right into it. So the dime is named the Emerging Liberty Dime. So the dime obverse is going to be a depiction of liberty with the iconic headdress and God We Trust on the front. Dual date 1776 and 2026. The reverse is going to be an eagle with a lock of arrows in its talons. Liberty over tyranny is going to be the words underneath and one dime on the back. And obviously United States of America, e pluribus unum. So for the dimes, I really like this design. This is probably my favorite design change for some of our coinage, because this, to me, in my opinion, feels like that it's going back to some of the artwork, where when coinage in its early days was more art than manufactured, more commercial. So I'm really happy with this design. So let's get into some quarters. So one of the quarters is the Mayflower Compact. So it's going to have "In God We Trust" on the front. Again, all of these are going to be dual dated. So it's going to have the Pilgrims on the front and the Mayflower ship on the reverse, with Mayflower Compact underneath. I kind of like this design. It's simple. It's clean. So I don't really have any qualms or anything about this design. Next one is going to be the Revolutionary War quarter. So it's going to have our George Washington on the front and the George Washington in dress on the reverse. I am not a big fan on the obverse on this one. This one makes me feel kind of like the Jefferson obverse of the nickel currently, with the not sideways profile, but like the partial sideways profile. I do like the reverse. The reverse, to me, really stands out as a strong image and strong imagery. So I am a fan of the reverse on this one. Next one is going to be the Declaration of Independence quarter. I really like this design. This is probably one of my favorites in terms of the quarters that are going to be released. I like the imagery on both the obverse and the reverse. Both of them are very simple designs with lots of detail and really strong imagery overall. So definitely a fan of this one. Next one is going to be the U.S. Constitution. So bust on the front, "In God We Trust, e pluribus unum." On the back, it's going to have the Liberty Hall and "We the People." I think this is an interesting choice. I think that if people didn't know about Liberty Hall, or some of the building, the iconography of the building, which we also find on some of the other anniversary coinage, it is kind of a new rendition of the Liberty Hall, like we see on the 1976. Although I think this only takes a part of it and puts a lot more detail into it. So I'm kind of 50-50 on this one. Again, for the reverse, I like the strong wording "We the People" on it. But I'm not exactly sure on the Liberty Hall only taking a partial view of that. So if you got comments on that, let me know in the comments below. Okay, the next last quarter, so there are going to be 5 designs of quarters. So last quarter is going to be the Gettysburg Address. I like both sides, the obverse and the reverse. Very strong, very detailed imagery and iconography. The words are very "A new nation conceived in liberty." this is also one of my favorite designs. I like how strong these are. And then the last one is going to be the $50. So in the three coinage acts that went through in the last couple of years, specifically on the 2026 circulating coinage, is going to be the dime, the 5 quarters or for the quarter, and then the $50. So this is the Enduring Liberty $50. So I had put out a video on this a few months back on the designs that we're going the CCAC, the Citizens Committee on Coinage, had kind of narrowed down 13 designs, and this is the one that was chosen to go forward. My thoughts on this one, again, this is just my opinion. I think the obverse, this is probably the obverse that I least liked, because we already have an obverse that is like that across many other coins. The modern dollars are going to have it. The innovation dollars are going to have a rendition of the Liberty statue face on the front. There were some other designs that I kind of wish that we had gone with, just because it would have brought more imagery to the $50. So not my favorite, but it is what it is. However, the other side of that is that I do really like the reverse design that is shown here with the torch and with the wording that knowledge is the only guardian of true liberty. So I really like the torch, the passing of the torch, the passing of knowledge. I like the imagery on this. It's very strong, and again, it's very strong and it's very simple, in the sense that it also being simple also is, there's a lot that you get out of it. So I think this one is only a half miss. I wish that they would have gone with a different obverse. I understand with the $50 going with the obverse of the Statue of Liberty face, and then the reverse that's the Statue of Liberty torch. I kind of get that one, but I think this one could have been better. So that's my spiel. That's my opinion. Why don't you guys tell me in the comments below? Dime, 5 quarters, $50. Let me know what your thoughts are, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.